friends when I was at the university. Titi Layo, Aduke, and Geraldine. We had plans to graduate, serve, and get married. So we could start raising our families. Our mothers drummed it into our heads. A woman does not need too much education. My mother, she preached at me every time I went home. Just bring a man so that when you graduate, you will find someone to marry. So I was always looking for someone to marry. In fact, my friends and I were like predators with our husband raiders on forever alert. Not this one. But we had standards. Not just any man with tonteering trousers and shoes that have begun to laugh from too much slapping the streets. Me, I wanted a man like my father. My father is a very educated man, with outstanding manners, culture, and groom. He looked like an Adonis in every description of the word. My father considered it an abomination for a thread to hang loose from any of his clothing. He considered it an aberration for anyone to lose a button. I love my father. Then I met Somi the week after I finished my service year. Somi is the epitome of a gentleman. When you open the gentleman's black book, you will see him strewn all over the pages. He's always impeccably dressed. He's never ruffled or out of place. His white shirts are immaculate, crisp, and delicately designed. And he wears them like a mannequin, and no one dares brush against him. Somi has the candor of water, cool at all times. And he speaks with such eloquence that it bears no comparison. The day I met Somi, the whole world stood at a critical stillness. It was on the 20th of November, 2009, 6:07 p.m., in front of the eatery at the junction of my street. I just went to get a few snacks, and I saw him step out of the car. He rushed to open the door for me to walk through. Such chivalry. I gushed mentally. He walked to the counter to order, and he said I should go first. As soon as I finished, I said that was all. Yeah. I couldn't even speak. I was totally tongue-tied. Before I could put my hand in my purse, he paid. I just stood there, dumbfounded. Yeah, he said I should wait for him as he placed his order. I gave him a once-over several times. He looked tight and rich. I held my breath and crossed my fingers. As it turns out, Somi was just as smitten with me as I was with him that day. He was my perfect man. All my friends were jealous with a capital J. Hey. Not only was he handsome, he was very rich and well packaged to boot. The next few months went by in a total blur. I hardly remember. All I knew was my fairy tale life with Somi. My parents approved without a doubt. I mean, who wouldn't? It was perfect. Our wedding was a ginormous event. Neither Somi nor my parents spared any expense. We went to Hawaii on our honeymoon. And as we were driving to the airport, I remember my friends' faces glistening with pure jealousy. They could not believe my luck. 2 weeks after the honeymoon, I went to my parents' house to see how they were doing. Must have gotten home around 7 p.m. My husband, I just love the way that sounds. My husband was already back home from work. So I rushed upstairs to greet him. Oh, my darling! You are up! I reeled from the huge thought that landed on my face. I landed on the floor with the force of the slap. I was confused. I looked up at my perfect husband in a total blur, still reeling from the pain of the slap on my face.
Where did you go all day, my friend? Eh? Why is my food not laid out on the table, hot and piping for me to eat? Where did you go at this time of the night?
Hot tears cascaded down my face as I could barely comprehend the words that were being thrown at me. Just a minute ago, Somi was my perfect man. Who is this monster? Where did he come from? At what point did I lose my perfect catch? Where did I go wrong? As he thundered in rage, I began to see the signpost I had missed. Hey. Every time we argued, he smiled with a smirk curled at the side of his lips. I now remember how he slapped his many gate men for being late in opening the door every time I came to visit. I never questioned the fact that he changed his domestic staff almost every week. I just thought that he was too polished and meticulous for them to get. Like a movie in very slow motion. I began to see flashbacks of how he said to me very romantically,
No one must cook my meals apart from you, babe. I only hit them piping hot.
I now remember how he teased me when he said that I would never need to work a day in my life. That he would spoil me with money. All I needed to do was cook, wash, clean his house, and take care of the 4 children he wanted. I was delirious that he wanted me. All I saw were holidays abroad, Ferragamo shoes, Louis Vuitton bags, and Louis Vuitton. I didn't hear a word beyond my imagination. I was lost in frenzy. I remember how he laughed when he said that I wouldn't need any friend apart from him. I remember everything now. Tommy was never perfect. I was the perfect fool. I didn't listen or look enough to see the signposts, and they were all there. The silent rage, the contemptuous look he gave anyone who crossed him in opinion or thought. But I refused to see them. I was lost in a frenzy of my own creation, the imagination of my expectations. All I saw were designer shoes, branded shirts, and labeled accessories. I created a monument of the role of a husband, And I simply elevated Somi to that role in my mind. How? How do I live? How do I live with this man who is so far? So far from the monument in my mind. How?